Welcome back to another round at Sweet Shots, another major championship round. This week is all about the PGA Championship. It's been, I think, some great golf leading up to it. Like we were talking about beforehand, we're just going to, I think, just jump right into golf because anytime we talk about other sports, anyone checked in on the horses from last week? Make sure that they're still good. They're not injured going into...
Boy, that's a good question.
So what's the next race in that saga?
Preakness.
Yeah,
that's right. Would that be this weekend?
It should be.
I think it is. This weekend, yeah, because it's every other week.
Yeah.
You better check on those horses because there's a lot of good we did for the Timberwolves. So
yeah, we were the Jenks. So hopefully, I don't even remember who won. Who won the Kentucky Derby? What was his name?
Mystic Dan.
That guy. Hopefully that horse is doing okay.
Yeah, I hope so. But we weren't like super high on him, so it wasn't like
no.
It was number 4, whatever he was.
Yeah,
he had a good race. All right. Update on our racing horse. We haven't had any progress on owning a racehorse. So
no.
Well, you tested one out.
I did test one out. Yeah, I found myself that now there's a story. That was just we were coaching in Perham, beautiful day, and I'm shuttling kids between nines, and we got to go across the parking lot. And there was an event there that morning, and as we were driving across the parking lot, these 2 horses are just hanging out. So I thought, well, maybe they're there for the event. They're just hanging out. Something to do with horses. I don't know, Benefit Horse Society or something. So I keep driving. 3.5 hours later, at the end of our tournament, we're walking out. They're still there. The event's done. So I said, hey, guys, I'm going to go get the car. I pulled the car back up, and what do these kids do? They start talking to the owners of the horses and petting the horse and all this stuff. One of my kids just gets up on the horse.
No.
They're like, you want to get on the horse? Okay, get on the horse. Probably 20 kids around. So I start talking to them. What do? These gals, they just rode their horses in from wherever they were at around Perham.
Yep.
Rode their horses into...
Zorbas.
Now, the golf course.
Oh.
They're just going to sit there and day drink for like 4 hours.
Okay.
And then they're going to ride their horses back. And they just said, yeah, we don't... we usually take them to Zorbas, but they don't like us coming around there anymore. So
what?
It's like, what? Okay. So, yeah.
Did they say that?
Yeah.
Like...
Yeah, Zorbas wasn't too thrilled with them coming out with their horses anymore, I guess.
Okay, well, you can bring
really,
your dogs. There's always
really
dogs
nice
there, right, Nick?
Yeah,
When they're there?
I think so.
It's just a big
Well,
dog.
can you get in trouble for drinking and
DUI?
drinking and
You can
riding
get a DUI on a horse.
You can?
Can you
Yeah.
really?
4 hours a day drinking and then riding back. That's kind
Maybe
of
they
pushing
weren't.
it.
Maybe they were just hanging out in the sun, but they look like beverages, adult beverages.
Huh.
And maybe it wasn't for... I mean, it had to have been because I was shuttling kids. I mean, they still had 9 holes left, and they were still there.
It's an odd place to just ride your horse and
That's
just
what
stop
I'm
and
saying.
drink.
And they didn't go into the bar and drink.
No.
They brought their drinks out to the parking lot and drank with their horses.
Okay. Beer for their horses?
I believe there's a song about that. Yeah, beer for my horses.
Right.
No, it was they were very nice horses. So yeah, I got up on I was riding a horse. I don't know that she was built for speed. Probably distance.
Okay.
So there's a start. There's a start.
All right.
We can start there. But all right. Well, last week, I mean, a lot of good golf leading. Obviously, this week, like I said at the beginning there, we talk about major championship week, and it feels like we were just talking about the Masters, and I think that's the beauty of the schedule now, is there's a major every month. And we found ourselves back into a week with the PGA Championship, which this one I feel like is probably the little brother, like the youngest brother of the 4. You know, kind of get that vibe where I'm not going to say forgotten, but like, I don't know, of all the major championships, I don't know about all the hype. Right, U.S. Open, you got the toughest challenge. Augusta's Augusta. The Open Championship, you got was it like one of the oldest tournaments? And the PGA.
Well, the PGA used to be match play back in the 50s. Long time ago.
The whole thing?
They would...
Well, yeah, qualifying or whatever.
Yep, and then match play.
Interesting.
Didn't know that.
And, Keller Golf Course in St. Paul hosted the PGA. I think Minneapolis Golf Club probably has hosted a PGA
Sounds right.
Championship.
Wow.
And with this move to May, it really does limit
where you can have it.
Yeah, the facility. No, I mean, Hazeltine's probably never going to have a May
Right.
PGA Championship now. because it's just too early for a northern climate. So
When was the last one there? Was it 2009 or
9
12?
or 12, I forget. It's the one Tom Dolby played
Yep.
in
Yeah.
with a bad back. And he tells the story where he started on the back nine the first day, and he practiced so much that he threw his back out. And so he was heavily medicated. And he got to 16. He had to hit the tee shot over the water into the wind. And it was a tough tee shot, and he hit it as good as he could and got the signal that the ball didn't clear the water. So now he had to re-tee. Well, the caddies come from 15, and they let the players go walk back 150 yards to tee off. And when he went up to get a ball from his brother, who was caddying for him, Jeff said, "Make it count. It's your last ball."
Oh, no.
Yeah.
That's pressure.
So he showed up with one ball in his two balls, actually. He started with one, and then he had one more in his golf bag. He thought that he told his brother to go get more golf balls out of his locker in the clubhouse at Hazeltine, but his brother said, "You never told me to get more golf balls." So he said, "I've never been more nervous in my life. I had to finish 16, 17, and 18 with one golf ball.
Get it back to the the clubhouse.
Yeah, so I could get back to the clubhouse and get more golf balls." And he did. So he got to keep playing. But he was playing with two different players that didn't play his brand of golf ball. So the rules would allow you to borrow a ball, if you both played Titleist, but he was playing Srixon at the time.
So could I do my move? Nick loves this. When we play golf, I go down by the ponds and look for balls in the water with the little tool.
Just scoop.
Could you have done that? And
Yeah.
snagged a ball out of the pond?
Yeah, if it was, the right brand.
You would have to find the correct brand. Yeah.
The same end ball, right? So it could have been a Srixon distance ball. It had been the Srixon tour ball.
Okay.
But yeah, by the rules.
That'd be hilarious. PGA Tour event. You got Chuck over there.
Digging.
Scooping balls.
Kirkland. That's the one.
You got to do what you have to do to finish the round.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
if you gotta do that. And that brings up a good point. I guess the neat thing with the PGA Championship is that it's the Open Championship anyone can play, but with the PGA Championship it gives a chance for PGA professionals such as yourself, Mark, and eventually myself to play with the best in the world, and as an opportunity just in your profession to go up and play the best. Was it they take the top 20 out of nationals? Is that what it is?
I think it's less than that now. 15. It used to be 40.
Jeez.
And so the year, Tom played in 95 in Tulsa, and Bernhard Langer was complaining about the number of club pros in the event watering down the field, right? And told the story probably before, but Tom got, after he finished his round on Saturday and he shot like 66, they brought him into the press tent and they said, "Tom, nice playing. Hey, what do you make of Bernhard's comments about there's too many club pros playing in the field and it waters down the field? They're not as competitive." And he asked, "Well, too bad Bernie didn't play a little better. Bernhard didn't play a little better. We could be paired together tomorrow. We could talk about it."
We could talk about it. Yeah. Oh, what an all-timer right there. Love that. It's great stories from it. I think the one that people probably are remembering the most is you got Michael Block from last year.
That was last year, wasn't it?
Historic run. It was top 10, so we got an automatic invite back anyway. Exemptions in a whole other slew of tournaments. And he had a hole-in-one. He had a hole-in-one.
That's right.
Played with Rory.
In front of Rory.
On the last day, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Special
Wow.
week. As a club pro.
Club pro, that's pretty cool.
Now, I don't know. He's not like open and closing the golf shop. I think he was.
I believe he said he gives 3 lessons a week and he charges like $300 an hour or something like that.
Yeah.
And I'll hang it out here. I'm not the biggest Michael Block fan. I think like everybody's calling it the Block Party, all this stuff. It was a tremendous run, and it just, to me, it feels like they've been beating it's a dead horse. He's been beating a dead horse. I don't think he's going to do it again. I actually think he's going to miss the cut.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I could see that.
Yeah. But everybody, it's still the Michael Block story. It's a year later, and we're still talking about Michael Block.
Okay.
And he's a good player. I'm guessing in his section events he's taking it home, but I just don't see back. I don't
having a run like that
I don't
again.
think he could do it, and so that's where I see a lot of like his face is plastered everywhere for all their promo materials and all that stuff. And it's like I'd rather look at Brooks Koepka, I think.
But this is your chance to play in a major.
Correct.
LJ, you got to get your game
Yeah.
and just go play in that qualifier. So, but
I tell you what, though, I haven't played a lot of golf yet, but my game feels like off the tee, I could go play with those guys. Around the greens, I'll be better off at men's night. I got some work to do. That's for sure. But, talk about last week a little bit. So Rory dominates the field. Rory and Xander, but then Rory really separated himself. It was, an eagle on 14? He holes out for eagle or something like that. Just rolls over the competition.
I'd just add Xander once again can't finish.
Yeah, I think everybody knew. I saw jokes that were saying Sungjae was going to come from behind because you got Rory and Xander in the final group on a Sunday, and historically neither of them, at least recently.
Right.
And then, I don't think anybody was surprised at Xander being one over in his last 5 holes. But
he was up by 2 strokes over Rory, like through 7 or something like that, and he was trailing by 5, like 5 holes later. Rory went 8 under through 8 holes on a tough, very difficult golf course.
I don't think many people were going to catch Rory that day anyway, even if Xander plays, good golf on the stretch. 8 under his last 8 or whatever it was. That's impressive golf.
It was the middle. It was the middle stretch. He actually doubled his last hole for 65.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. I'd love to do that. Double for 65. That'd be great. And then actually, that's Scotty or Xander coming into this week. I think, get him out now. I like Xander for the week, not to necessarily win it, but I think he'll be hanging around. His form is good. His form is good. Yeah, no, I don't think he'll win it, but I did see a deal where on Data Golf, how you can have all the player profiles and how their strengths match up at different courses. Rory's profile matches exactly with Valhalla and Quail Hollow. Like they are spitting images of each other.
Okay.
For
Are
what
you
that's
tipping your
worth.
hand as to who your main guy is then for this week?
No, I'm not a big. I don't think he can do it again.
Back-to-back wins.
Yeah, I don't think he'd go back to back.
Okay.
I think he'll probably play well, but I don't think it because I don't know. This course isn't exact. I guess it is 7,600 yards, so you gotta hit it. I think it's the 3rd longest on tour this year and the smallest greens.
Wow,
is a combination. But you got holes like what is it? Hole 13 is like 350 yards, but it's an island green, so you have to hit something that's like less than 280, and you still got to wedge it. It's a downhill lie into an island green, so like it's not exactly something where you're just blasting driver at every green that you see when you get the chance. You still got to think your way around there. But I think to have he could be in for a good week as long as he's got to stay in it. Rory does. That's where I'm at with him.
Okay.
And then you got Scotty Scheffler coming back.
Yep.
They just had a baby.
2 weeks into
2 weeks?
fatherhood.
Yep.
So, has he been off for 2 weeks then? Or 3?
3?
He played in one at Heritage, right?
Yeah, right after the
Heritage.
Masters. So 3 weeks.
Yep.
3 weeks, and then he's been. I'm sure he's been practicing, but then you get like just some. I don't know, symptoms of fatherhood. I guess probably having to be around there, and
What are you saying, LJ?
I'm saying that he's probably hasn't been practiced as much as he normally does.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah.
You don't think he's got nannies that are just
not
covering
in
everything?
the first couple weeks.
In-laws.
right?
He's got in-laws helping a bit.
I bet. Well, that's how
Okay.
he would be allowed to. I think he showed up on Monday for practice round, but I don't know how much golf he's been playing before. But you look at his form coming into this. I mean, between you got Rory coming off a win, kind of peak form that we've seen in a while. You got Scotty Scheffler coming off back-to-back wins, Masters and RBC, and now he's off. Then you got Brooks Koepka, who always comes into form around majors, and he won the last LIV event. I mean,
he's the defending champ too, right?
and he's the defending champ.
Yep.
So you've got kind of stars aligning for ourselves as far as fans go for quite the week.
Yeah. It's a
But
good field.
to pivot back to Scotty, just some stats coming into this week that he's got. He is first place in all of these stats. He ranks number 1 in all of these stats. You've got strokes gained off the tee. Then you got strokes gained approach. He's first in wins, first in top 10s, first in greens in regulation, first in putts per green in regulation, first in scoring average, first in birdies per round, bounce back percentage, bogeys per round, first in par 4 scoring, and par 5 scoring.
That's pretty impressive.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12. He leads in 12 categories.
Wow.
Makes it sound like he's a pretty well-rounded golfer.
Jeez.
And there's some history where after breaks, he's won.
Really?
Is that so?
Yep. I was listening to a little show on XM. Yep, yesterday. They
interesting.
threw out some stat.
Ooh.
After breaks, he's won.
Okay.
Scotty. I think his line on Underdog was like 68.5. How do you feel about that?
Was it? That's
Day
what he's
one?
going to shoot?
Yeah,
Yeah, day
over under 68.5 on day one. And
It is a
he-
par 72, right?
I believe so.
Okay.
And he usually has the lowest over-under number. I mean, they just
I'd
expect
maybe
him.
take the over in a major. First day coming
First
back.
day, shaking off rust.
Shoot like 69,
69.
or 70.
Yeah. Yeah, he could be
Yeah.
a couple under, but he's not going to go blow your socks off on the first day.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, I like the over.
And that's I was going to get into that a little later because I got some rockets coming out here for parlays on Underdog, big Underdog guy.
Well, if you want some bets laid in Vegas, Mark and I happen to be there. Although you're coming in late Sunday, I'll be there.
Yeah.
Be there.
Yep, I'm gonna throw down some
Sunday.
wagers.
Yeah, I won't be there
All
in
right.
time to place some wagers.
Couple
Let me know.
outrights.
Let me
Yeah,
know.
I'll let you
Let me
know.
know. I'll let you know.
They'll do like top 10 and stuff down there too, right?
I would think so, Nick. Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds right.
There you go.
All right. I like that.
And you can live bet it, so at any
true.
point you can just pick
That's
who you
true.
want.
Chuck, I'm just going to call you.
Okay.
We'll be on the phone the whole time.
I like it.
Do it now. Do it now.
I'm your bookie.
Yeah, so you got Scotty Scheffler, Brooks Koepka's coming in. He's just always he's a monster at major championships. It's amazing how he just turns it on
Mm-hmm.
every time. So, and I think we talked about it last week. His odds, at least last week, were still crazy good for somebody that's just looking for an outright winner that's going to pay really well.
Yep.
Brooks Koepka's not a bad choice there. But other golf around the golf sphere, I guess, last week before we get into this week. But on the LPGA Tour, Rose Zhang snaps Nelly Korda's record. I saw the stat, she had a 9% chance to win in the 14th fairway, and she birdied 4 of her last 5 to take the win.
Wow.
That's a good
And,
plan.
and Rose Zhang, for those that don't know, but she's the winningest golfer in Stanford history.
Is that so?
And Stanford, you might remember, has another
Some
alumni.
Guy. Yep. Some
That's
guy
pretty
that's
good at
pretty
golf.
solid. Yep.
in the name of Tiger Woods. And so she's got the record at Stanford. And so no slouch herself. I mean, that was some good golf from her. And then on the PGA Tour, a couple things on the PGA Tour. The opposite field event, not at Quail Hollow, but in Myrtle Beach,
Been there.
another 16-year-old made the cut.
Is that right?
all these young
got a
kids
better.
winning.
He's got a
They're
better
playing.
name too. What was his name? I forgot it.
Oh, I saw it too. It's a great name.
It's a great golf name. I'm kicking myself now, but he shot 66
It's
on
like
Saturday.
Budweiser or something.
Blades.
Blades.
Isn't it Blade?
Yeah, it's Blades.
Blades.
Yeah.
Blades.
His last name starts with a B too. Blade something. But he shot 66 on Saturday. Well, obviously, he makes a cut, and then he shoots 66 on Saturday
Wow.
in a PGA Tour event.
Wow. That's impressive.
Scores were low.
Scores were very low. Yeah, and then we were talking before the show. A guy that's been around here, played North Dakota Open. Really, really great guy. Stays with friends of our Alistair Doherty. Takes second, right? He shoots like 64 or something like that.
Yeah, he
Takes 60
played really good. I mean, he beat the likes of Eric Van Rooyen, another Dakota's tour. I mean, we've got guys that have come through Fargo.
Yeah,
That are having success
on the PGA
out
Tour.
on the tours.
Absolutely. Yeah, they come right at home.
Doherty ties second, shot 7 under on his final round. Finished 16 under. He was 6 back. I mean, the winner kind of
Ran away with it.
Chris got her up.
Yep. Yeah, he stomped the field by 6, I think I saw. And Alistair's story, I mean, it's kind of all over right now because I think it was kind of the feel-good story of golf. But he essentially ran himself dry as far as playing goes. He spent his last dollar. I think he took out like a last $1,500 ditch effort or something like that and didn't make it back. And he was going to be done, and he was playing in Silverleaf with some of the guys from Barstool. So Riggs from Barstool, and they sponsored him and gave him another opportunity to go play. And this is what he did. I mean, he turned it.
That's
He's
really
been
cool.
bouncing Korn Ferry Tour. He lost his Korn Ferry status, and he's been bouncing around. He's Dakota's Tour. He's played North Dakota Open many times. And And so to get yourself in a position, a T2 finish in a PGA Tour event, that's a good bounce back.
Yeah.
Well, I think he won $340,000. I mean, that's life changing.
That is life 100%, especially for somebody that's been grinding for that long. I mean,
Second place pays that much?
Yeah, let me confirm that. But I think it was a lot of money.
What's his name?
Alistair Doherty.
That's an interesting name. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. One to watch for. Great guy. Like I said, he's been around Fargo a lot. He's really, really solid. So, that's what I got from last week. Very eventful.
Yeah.
Very eventful.
A lot of golf.
I don't know
He's
what
30
else,
years old.
30 years.
Born in St. John, Canada. Played at California State University, Chico. Lives in Scottsdale.
Yep.
Yeah, and he made a boatload of money last week.
Good for him.
That's a good story right there. All right, so let's get into this week. PGA Championship, major. We bounce back and forth, but I wanted to start this off with a question to you guys for the week.
Ooh, I like it.
I have a would you rather, or a what would you want to happen? And I saw this online. Okay, so 4 choices. What do you want to happen? Brooks goes back to back in PGA Championship wins.
Okay.
Scotty gets his second major of the year. Rory gets win number 5. Ricky gets his first major win.
Ooh.
I'll throw in there the fifth one. I'll throw in there. Jordan Spieth completes a Grand Slam.
Oh, that's a nice one. I kind of, I'll jump in. I kind of like the Scotty, then the Grand Slams in play.
You go 2 in a row.
Yep, you got
Grand Slams
intrigued
in play.
with the idea of the 4 majors. You got a guy who, with his game, could do it.
Yeah.
And if you can do it coming off a new kid, new father,
Right.
Couple weeks
Right,
off.
that's a talker. That could be some legs.
How many people have won the Grand Slam in one season? Tiger do it?
No, Tiger did.
No,
Nobody's
nobody's
done
done
it.
it. Season. Well, I mean, Bobby Jones, but the amateur was included in way back. So let's modern day professional golf. No one has, although Tiger's held all 4 majors at one time.
Oh, that's what it was.
But they were different seasons.
Right.
Okay.
But I like the Ricky call, too. I like Ricky. I'm a fan of Ricky. But I'm going to go Scotty. Just for
Scotty for 2 in a row.
Yeah. Yep.
What a heater that would be.
MJ?
Yeah, I don't know. Rory's got momentum. I think Rory's going to win, and it's going to be his path back to. I mean, he's no spring chicken anymore.
That's
35 years old.
Yeah, he's been playing for 15 years.
Yep, I think he's putting a lot of this PGA LIV stuff in the rearview mirror, and he's getting focused. And could be his major, but who knows?
You like Rory's pick? Okay.
I'll take the number 5 option. I'm going to go Jordan Spieth.
For the Grand Slam? Ooh.
Spieth's my guy. I've always liked Spieth.
Yep.
There's another guy that's been doing it a while, but I think it's just one of those.
Lately.
Yeah.
But the Grand Slam, that'd be, career Grand Slam.
I think it's always fun to see somebody complete a career Grand Slam.
Yeah.
And I think it gets lost. That was the other point that I was going to kind of touch on, too. I guess my choice, I'd like to see, I'm with you, Chuck, Scotty get a second. I think just continue the run. Watching greatness in real time, I think, is just never gets boring. Never gets boring. But
So, LJ, before you pivot,
yeah.
is there an active golfer that has the Grand Slam?
Tiger would be active.
True. Tiger's playing, but besides Tiger, is there an
Rory just needs
he needs
the Masters.
No, I'm going to say no.
Oh,
Yeah,
Other than Tiger.
Dustin Johnson's got a U.S. Open and a Masters.
He doesn't have a British, does he? Or an Open?
Phil? What does he have?
Phil doesn't have a U.S. Open.
He doesn't have a U.S.
Nope.
He's got PGA.
Yeah.
Okay.
2000.
It's hard to do.
Sure.
It's not easy.
Okay. So
Yeah.
So Tiger's the only
Tiger's
one.
the only one.
Yep.
So, but Spieth could be in that with a win.
Yeah.
He's just got to win. He hasn't played well up to this point, but he could just win.
Wouldn't that be great?
That'd be pretty cool.
That
Yeah.
would
That
be
would be
pretty
good.
cool. Okay.
Okay, so what I was going to pivot to was you look at the longevity of guys like Jordan Spieth and Rory McIlroy. You forget how long they've been around and how long we've been talking about their runs. Like Rory was the next Tiger Woods
Right.
10 years ago.
Yep.
When he won, what did he win? Did he win the Open
15
by like
years ago.
15 years ago? Did he win the Open championship by like 15 shots or something like that? Remember when he just
was a
lapped
lot,
everybody
I don't know, yeah.
by like a lot?
Yep.
And then he went on and kept running. I mean, that was 10, 15 years ago.
Right.
Yeah.
Last time he won the PGA was in 2014. That was 10 years ago. He won the PGA Championship.
Wow.
And so you think about, it feels like every year you're like, Rory McIlroy's got it. Rory McIlroy's got it. We've been saying that for 10 years now.
Mm-hmm.
And so, that's pretty impressive. I think it just gets lost about how good Rory has been. He's always been in the conversation for 10, 15 years.
Yeah.
Yep.
And Jordan Spieth's around there too. I think he's a character to watch. But there again, when he came on the scene, he almost won back-to-back Masters or 2 Masters in 3 years or whatever. And it's like, this guy's got it.
And he was young when he started.
And
like, same with
he was
Rory.
young. He came fresh out
16,
of college.
17. I mean, they were.
Yeah.
It was young.
But then now we're 2024 and talking about he still needs to complete his Grand Slam. And so it's stuff like that where it's just, I think the longevity on the tour has been increasing. You don't get guys that burn out after 5 years anymore. Your top guys play for 20 years because they start on tour when they're 16 years old or whatever it is, stuff like that. So, I think that's, I like that question just because there's so many great storylines that could happen this week on top of, I think it'd be great to see another PGA Pro at least make the cut,
run.
and just have a good time. I'm not saying top 10 or anything, but where do you guys feel like Tiger's game's at? I know we talked about Masters where you're like, you know what? Once a month is good. Is your goal for him, let's just make the cut? Or, is he saying to himself, you know what? Let's go out and win this thing? Because he won at Valhalla too.
Has he? I was just going to ask.
Bob
what's his
May.
history?
It was a great playoff.
Okay.
So fun. He was willing the ball in the hole back in the day. I forget what year it was.
Tiger was?
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, I'm a Tiger fan, but boy, he's having trouble just finishing rounds or
72
tournaments.
holes, yeah.
Right.
I've heard, it's the same stuff coming out of the Masters where he's just absolutely ripping the skin off the ball, like just pounding it down there.
Okay.
But I want to say this isn't easier. It's Louisville, so I don't know that it's very
The terrain.
elevation. I feel like the terrain's probably a little easier for him.
Yeah.
Short games, I think, needs a little work. Putting. I think he'd make the cut. Actually, I feel
You feeling it? Making cut. Okay.
I think that's probably his goal, too, at the end of the day. I don't think he's...
I think he tells
he's got
people he wants to win, but to your point, I think
realistically,
that
Right.
back of
he's,
his head.
you know what, if I can play 54 good holes of golf and get home on Sunday, that's pretty good.
Last time I bet on Tiger, I had to pay off a McDonald's sandwich. I bet against him.
Terry, you should bet that bet again.
I should.
Get your sandwich back.
Yeah, I'll get my sandwich
Just
back.
to make the cut.
I don't even remember it was day 2 score. Under
Okay.
par, maybe.
Yeah.
And it was
under par.
brutal conditions, and he played well. Anywho.
The guy we haven't talked about,
Yeah.
Tiger's buddy,
JT?
JT,
Yeah.
home course.
Yeah.
Oh, it is his home course. Yeah, he is from there. Is it his home course or is he
I
just
think he's
from
just
there?
from there.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
I did see his stat this morning, like his last 5 major starts or something like that was like miscut, T64, miscut.
So he's coming in good.
He's coming in hot.
His meltdown at the Masters.
Oh, no.
Has he, honestly, has he played recently to contend?
No, he hasn't been in contention. His best finish this year is at the Amex.
Okay.
It was like T3. No, no.
The meltdown's got to be in your mind.
Was it 6 over through last 5?
Yeah, he had a 99% chance of making the cut on 15. It wasn't even 5. It was 4 holes.
Yeah. 6
And
over
he
through
goes
the last 5.
double,
or 4.
bogey, double to miss
It's like
by
he
1.
handed me the clubs. That's basically
Oh, my
what
goodness.
he did. Finish
Imagine
for me.
that.
7 over.
You're
through the
sitting
last
on
4.
16 at the Masters. He puts one in the water and he just gives you the clubs. He just finished the round.
Ouch. Okay.
Oh, man.
Yeah, I don't
No.
know if he's played since.
Well, he's played. He's been in the elevated events.
Okay.
So, played the next week.
Yep. And I just don't think he's done anything of note. You're a JT guy, Mark. I don't know what you're.
No, I thought you
Thing.
picked him this year to have a good year. I picked him last year.
Yeah,
did
you
not.
did, dude.
No.
He did. Weren't you all over
Yeah, you
JT?
were on it
Yeah,
this year.
Oh, I was Will's out.
Let's
No.
replay this.
Yeah,
you
you
were a
was.
big JT guy.
I think you did pick him.
Yes,
No,
you
I was
did.
Will
We all picked our
Zalatoris.
guys.
I was Will Zalatoris. And someone else. I don't think it was JT.
Listeners
though.
are going to keep you honest.
Yeah.
They know.
No, I don't think it was JT. It was Will Zalatoris, who also has been having the lows of lows. What'd you say? He was 9 over on Sunday?
He shot 80.
Yeah.
Tough golf course. I
It's
mean,
good.
Rory beat him by 15 with a double. He would have beat him by 17 if Rory just on the final
Sunday
day
alone?
Just Sunday alone, he would have beat him by 17.
Yeesh.
That's rough.
That's
Well, you know what? You find the game for this week.
there you go.
Valhalla, you think your way around there.
Uh-huh.
How about the outside of Brooks Koepka for the LIV guys? How do you guys feel about with that group of guys? You got John Rahm,
Well, yeah.
who's been low.
Whoa.
I still don't
Desham
think he's
playing?
Yes,
Desham's
he is.
playing. Yep,
He played well in the Masters for
that's true.
He did,
Yeah,
yeah.
he
to
did.
start off. And he kind of fell off.
Probably not bad. I wouldn't mind a Desham.
From what I've heard, he's hitting the driver really well right now.
Yeah.
So I don't know if he can get his
Does he got a special club still?
yeah, he's in a special
3D
driver.
printed.
3D printed.
Yeah,
bulging
special
face,
driver.
yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Here's the problem with those guys that went to live. We're not even talking about. We haven't even mentioned those guys. Rahm,
No.
DeChambeau, Dustin Johnson. I would think that their brand overall of their brand
Their
themselves,
personal brand. Yeah.
is okay. Maybe it does matter because they're getting all this money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But your general golfers are not finishing their round today, talking about the PGA and probably talking Rahm, Dustin Johnson,
Cam Smith.
Koepka,
Yeah.
Cam Smith. They're just not on their.
Yeah.
It's a brand that's just not on their tip of their tongue anymore.
And outside of a few events, the PGA Tour has had enough, maybe not drama, but action to draw eyeball. Like we're talking about a Scotty Scheffler, we're talking about a Rory
Right.
McIlroy,
Yep.
where even if they probably were still at the PGA Tour, you probably weren't gonna chat about them. But yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, where you just don't. Like, I don't know where, outside of the Masters, I don't know where Joakim Niemann's game is. I mean, he was supposed to be
Right.
the number 3 golfer in the world. I don't
There
know
you
what
go.
happened to him, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Agreed.
I'm not watching it. I'm not making an effort to watch it, really. But, yeah, that's a good point. I think that, and then on the golf news side of things, the Jimmy Dune, the guy that he basically coordinated the original merger agreement, he left. He left the PGA policy board. So there's he basically called them out and said, you guys have done nothing over the past 6 months or whatever. I'm not just going to sit around and twiddle my thumbs. So I'm done. You guys can figure it out on your own.
Wow. Okay.
And so I think the hopes of this LIV versus PGA coming to an end does not look good.
No.
So, that's too bad. It's too bad. But I wonder if John Rahm's really feeling it because there's been whispers that he has been at least doubtful of his
game.
his game, but also his choice to
really?
leave LIV. Well, small comments of as far as I thought there would be more people here than this, or his game's just not as sharp because he's not playing as much.
Right.
And then you got to play just as much just to get into tournaments.
Mm-hmm.
If you fall, and he's set for a while anyway, but you're going to have to qualify for U.S. Opens. You're going to have to qualify for Open Championships. You're not going to get these automatic bids, And if you want world ranking points, you got to go play on the Asian Tour.
Yeah.
And do all that stuff.
I wonder how many of those guys outside of the money regret going over.
right.
Yeah.
No publicity, like you said, to the point of we're not talking about them. It's I'm making $300 million this year, but I'm not golfing. No one knows who I am
You
anymore.
fall off the radar.
No one knows who I am anymore. Yeah.
No, that's a good point. I think the mid-level to bottom-level guys in LIV, it'd be a really interesting conversation to have because obviously the money would be life-changing to them. Now they're not getting hundreds of millions of dollars, but they're getting hundreds of thousands of dollars a year to play, guaranteed.
Right.
And then you get, I think last place is $30,000.
Bonus.
That's life-changing money.
Yeah.
and then you look at, okay, where is your golf game at? Is this really what you want to be doing? Traveling all this much, blah, 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 blah. Who sometimes that life's for them.
Yeah.
Some people not so much.
Right.
You know? So, yeah, it'd be interesting to check back in a year and see where we're at. I have a feeling it's not going to move much, but somewhere in that range.
Well, the crowds were huge on Sunday watching Rory on TV.
Yeah.
I mean, not on TV. I mean, in person.
Yep. Yeah.
And, and that's what struck me about Rahm choosing to go, right? He mentioned, I like our lifestyle. The additional money is not going to change my lifestyle. Why would I do that? I'm playing for, if you're playing for notoriety and majors and then for him to go do that, it's just head scratching.
Everybody's got a price though. At a certain dollar figure, you go, whether it's life changing or not. I mean, plus you got the quote unquote less golf.
Sure.
He's in the Masters for like whatever. We can sit here and talk about that for however long. But how about for back to this week for who we got, who's actually playing? And I think I saw too. They're expecting record attendance.
Okay.
They've had record ticket sales, well over.
That's great.
Like 200 to 500,000 people.
Wow.
At this event, be a lot of people.
And forecast? Have you seen any weather?
It's raining right now. They're not playing any golf right now, but
really?
I think it's supposed to get a
wet,
little
so it's
nicer.
play longer.
7,600 plus soft conditions.
Yeah.
So
That's
not
not
a
bad.
Brian Harmon?
Probably not a Brian Harmon lefty kind of day. Do we have any outright favorites that you like?
I do.
Other than Rory, I guess Mark, you're saying Rory.
Well, Scheffler, I think, is going to win. But your question was, what would you like to see?
Yeah.
I'd like to see Rory. I think he's been through a lot, and it'd be good to get him back on the major rails again for the game. But
I get behind that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Chuck, what do you have a?
I've got a Max Homa feel.
Very good.
He played
I don't
solid
mind that
this
at
week.
all.
Yeah.
I got a
mind that at all.
home under the radar, and then I actually did a DraftKings, and I was able to get Homa and Victor. I think Victor, I know, has been struggling a little bit, but I think it's
Okay, yeah.
I think he's gonna get in the right frame of mind, and his price is cheap on DraftKings. So
Victor is.
because he stinks.
Victor has not been playing well at all.
That's where
he's coming back.
I
just finished.
hesitate. I mean, I got that.
He just finished 24th, boys. His last
This
event.
last week at Quail Hall.
Yeah.
Okay.
Back off, kids.
Okay.
He's making swing changes. You can't make swing changes.
Oh, I got all I needed in the top 10.
It's true. No, I like
you
the
need
pick.
a cut.
I like the
True.
pick. He's just been struggling.
9,200. And then I went all Asian. Kim Lee. That's my squad.
Homa, Hovland, Kim Lee.
That's winner right there. Chicken dinner.
Can you name the Kims?
Heck yeah.
Siwoo,
Tom Kim?
Tom Kim. Yeah.
Siwoo Kim.
I like
Siwoo
that.
has not missed a cut.
Yeah.
Siwoo's playing well.
And then Sung JM
Sung Jae-im.
and Lee.
Sanjay's been playing
Yep.
well. Minwoo.
Minwoo.
He's got a new putter in play. I saw that.
Yeah,
And he's an absolute bomber of the golf ball.
back-to-back top 25s. Guys,
I don't
this
mind
is
that.
it. This is the golden ticket. Yuck it up.
Kim Lee. I'm gonna be sitting watching TV just chanting that.
Yeah.
Kim Lee.
All right.
Well,
And Hovland.
And Holland. And
this
Homa.
is the team, actually.
Okay, let's hear it.
You got the winning
You're
lineup.
looking at this, Nick. You're like peeking over.
Well,
You're like,
I-
wow,
no.
that is the team.
I see
when the-
two guys the same.
I was going to say, when you have a guy when it doesn't have a picture of the guy, it's probably a stretch. But keep going.
That's true.
I got one of them.
The American flag just goes to, is it Jeremy Knapp?
Oh, boy.
What?
Knapp,
Jake Knapp.
Jake, with the guy with the
All right.
guns. He was
Yeah.
he played well last week,
He bombs it.
and he bombs it. He's had 4 top 10s. He's made 11 of 13 cuts. He may not have his picture on DraftKings, but
Not
he's
yet,
the real
but
deal.
he will.
I saw him getting interviewed this morning.
Yeah. I have Rory McIlroy and Scotty Scheffler on the same
What?
team, kids.
Wow.
Nice.
Yes.
That's
Okay.
why you got
Write
Knapp
that
on
down.
there, huh?
I have Denny McCarthy, the best putter on tour. He played well last week on a tough golf course. Top
I did
10.
see. Yeah, I
Yep.
like that pick.
He was
yeah.
value at 6,300. You might want to rethink your team, Chuck.
Danny McCarthy.
Tommy
Okay.
Hoagie Two
Oh,
top
boy.
10s, 13 of 14 cuts made, 6,400. He's a ball striker.
That's a stretch.
He's-
But I
Well-
like it. He
I just
can
need
come
him
off
to make the cut. He's a cut machine.
He just, if you follow Tom Hoagie Tracker on Twitter, X, they good points. He's just been struggling short game wise.
Yep.
He hasn't been striking it the best he has, but he just can't make putts.
Okay.
And then around this dream team out, I got Eric Van Rooyen. 3 top 10s, 11 of 14 cuts. I'm a little nervous about the cut, but he was a value at 5,700. But he played well last week on that in Myrtle Beach.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
he for sure was top 10.
Well, yeah, I
But-
tell you what, for having Rory and Scotty on that team,
That's not bad.
the bottom, your bottom value is actually pretty solid.
Yep.
Yeah.
Guys I've heard of.
And Van Rooyen's been
Guys I've heard of.
Van Rooyen's not. He's not a stranger to major
He's trending.
leaderboards.
He's trending in the right direction.
He's not a stranger to major leaderboards.
I'm going to save that team.
Yep. That's got potential.
Rookie move.
I took a very similar route. I went Scotty Scheffler, and then I went Brooks Koepka
Oh, yeah.
Nice.
as the past winner
Yep.
instead
I like
of
it.
Rory.
Yep.
Okay.
I like this.
I then was able, because Brooks was not as expensive as Rory, I was able to go a little higher. I went
Little extra
Akshay,
The lefty
Another
magic.
American flag.
another American flag, Akshay. He was my my pick for who I was looking forward to watching
Yep.
this year. If you guys
Yeah, I
remember,
like that.
so I'm
Yeah,
sticking
okay.
with him.
Okay.
He's due. Then went Keith Mitchell,
Yep.
JT Poston,
Yep.
or Poston, and then Eric Van Rooyen. So I got
Nice. So you-
I got Van Rooyen as
So
well.
Van Rooyen at 57
So
is probably a
57,
pretty
yeah.
solid value.
Yep.
Yeah,
All right.
but
I like it. I like it a lot.
I do
Good
too.
luck, guys.
Good luck. Okay, I didn't get one in, but I got underdog
You're feeling good about
parlays
this,
going.
aren't you?
I feel really good. I got 3 of them rolling right now. I probably add a couple more, but I think I figured out the hack. And I talked to you about this, Chuck. But I think I figured out the hack. So the way that underdog does it, you pick a higher or lower side, and every once in a while they'll have like call them like peppers or stuff where the multiplier, as you start to build your parlay, the multiplier goes up. Well, these specific bets have greater multipliers, but they still let you protect your play. So say we've got 3 of them. If you have 3 bets, you can protect your play. So now you only need, if all 3 of them hit, you get less amount of money than not protecting. But if you still get paid out if 2 of the 3 hit. So my play is to load up a parlay, throw on a big multiplier where it multiplies all the other ones, but I still only want my main 4 to hit or my main 2 to hit, right? So an example, my biggest one that I've got, it's a 5 leg. Okay, my biggest multiplier multiplied everything by 5 was Patrick Cantlay, top 5 after round 1. Top 5
Yep.
okay.
That's got potential.
got potential. He's a major guy.
I
So
didn't even talk about him.
yeah, well he's so slow. He's
Yeah.
coming later in the show. Okay, but the nice thing with Underdog, they got some great prop bets. So this week they've got driving distance on hole 18. So your final hole, their driving distance, and that's what I made this one up of. You got four of them. I got Rory McIlroy is going to hit a bomb over 336 yards.
Okay.
Ludwig Oberg, he's got some back issues,
Knee.
knee issues.
Yeah.
He's going under 329 yards.
Okay.
Plus, his average driving distance on the tour is like 307.
Okay.
So I like that one. Then Michael Block just has a little dig. He's going to be lower than 305.
Okay.
Tiger Woods, he's going to munch one over 314.
Yeah.
So if I hit all that,
Yeah.
my multiplier is like 100 times multiplier. So you don't have to put a whole lot in for a lot of return. And I only need 4 of them to hit. And the only ones I care about are the 4 driving distance one. If Cantlay gets in the top
Just
5,
bonus.
even better.
So you're just going to be posted up watching hole 18 coverage.
Hole 18, that's all I want.
Yeah.
Then I got
You could really dig into that just real quick.
Yeah.
So 18, I think, is downhill, dogleg right,
yep,
par 5.
par 5. Yep.
So you could watch the weather forecast.
Yeah.
Mm.
Get it
and-
into the wind.
and see the wind and take the.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
over
went
or the
off.
under.
I went off average driving distance, and I mean it is downhill. And Rory and Tiger's been mashing the ball.
Does this rain make you a little nervous?
Not at all.
Okay. All right.
A little
real
bit
sandy
but-
there.
Yeah, a little
Sandy
bit.
and
not-
Sandy drain. Wow. Okay.
All right. So then some of my other more moderate ones. This was a huge multiplier. Tiger Woods, bogey free in round 1.
Oh, God.
To be over after 2 holes.
Oh.
Bogey free in round 1. He was like 11 times multiplier. Had to.
You're giving away money.
The other 2 that I paired with that, Rory McIlroy is going to hit more than 8 fairways. Scotty Scheffler is going to hit more than 13.5 greens. Scotty's a ball striker. I always like Scotty for greens in regulation, not fairways. He doesn't hit many fairways, but he hits a lot of greens in regulation.
I like that.
And then my last one that I've got, Brooks Koepka is my other one for 0 bogeys in round 1.
Okay.
That's my multiplier.
Yep.
And then I've got Michael Block's going to shoot 75 or higher.
Jeez, you're really against those guys.
Hitter.
I'm all over. And then Ludwig Oberg's going to hit 9 fairways.
Okay.
So those are my plays as of right now. One of them's got to hit. I got a good feeling. Tiger Woods going bogey free. That's where we're starting right there. That's where we're starting. So,
And Michael Block's downfall.
and Michael Block's just going to play an average round for Club Pro. That's kind of where I'm at. Thanks. I wish you guys luck too. Those are good, solid teams.
Yep.
Kim Lee,
You got it.
Hovland,
Homa.
and Homa.
I know his team better than my team.
Yep.
Yeah. All right. Anything else before we wrap up?
Got a text from one of our listeners. Enjoying my Autoflex and new lab putter. Boothie does a great job.
Look
I
at
just
this.
need,
That's
I
awesome.
just
Shout
need
out.
some pointers.
Was that from Chef?
Nope. Jeff Collins.
Oh,
That's great.
not a Scheffler.
Great. Yeah. Thanks. If you're looking for a new set of clubs, now's the time to come in. We've played enough golf. You know that your clubs stink now. It's not you, it's the clubs.
Come and get new equipment.
Come and get dialed in. Boothie's got a great system there for the lab putter fittings. He's doing a great job, and we're getting set up with all the newest equipment from the brands we're offering. So come on in, get fit. Now's the time to do it. Let's get your clubs in here and let's make a bunch of birdies this summer.
And if you want to look good on the course, some new clothing, new apparel's coming pretty shortly here.
We got truckloads coming in. We're going to be loaded up. It's going to be great.
Awesome.
Yep,
There's a lot of good
Swanee's
stuff.
product and
Swanee's and some not Cutterbuck, but Bermuda Sands. They got some nice stuff. So it'll be really good. We're gonna be loaded up here. So, and Terrace, Terrace is fully open now, guys.
Yeah.
This is we pick a good Tuesday. Might be a Terrace show.
Oh, that'd be fun.
well, yeah.
Plus now we got glass up there.
You got a glass blocking
no
the
more,
wind.
No more wind.
Galaxy Glass.
Galaxy Glass, great partners.
They did a nice job. Nice job. It looks really
great
good.
Yep.
Heard a lot of good things. So, yeah, there's an idea. Little patio show
I like it.
on a Tuesday afternoon.
Yep.
I'm in.
All right. Anything else?
No. Go T-Wolves.
Good luck.
Go Wolves. That's all we're gonna say.
Yeah.
That's all we're gonna say. I guess we'll find out by the time this airs. So,
Yeah.
all right.
true.
All right.
Okay, that's gonna do it for us here on Another Round. Join us next week, and good luck this week. We'll catch you next time.